Hi everyone, I'm Ray and welcome to my kitchen. And today we are going to make a different kind of salad. And I think I need to give it a little backstory. So when I was younger, my brother and my dad owned a distribution business where they would distribute different meats and salads and condiments to delis all over town. And they used to have this pasta salad that I absolutely fell in love with. It was called pasta pesto salad. And I have grown to learn that that wasn't the most healthy recipe. So I have made a healthy version of that same salad without the pasta. So we're getting rid of the carbs and empty calories that are part of most pastas, all pastas, and we have replaced it with cauliflower. And this cauliflower, I steamed it on the stove and I put it in the refrigerator last night so it's cold. So this is a cold salad and it's just got a little bit healthier of twist. I'm not using the same kinds of mayonnaises. I'm not using the same kind of pesto. I'm not using the pasta. We've healthified this version. So let's just dive right in because this is a really super simple salad to make, assuming that you either bought a store-bought pesto or you did a homemade pesto, and I hope you do a homemade pesto. And if you're looking for a really good and healthy homemade pesto recipe, I'll put the link to my recipe in the show notes below. It's delicious. So let's just dive right in here. So this is one small head of cauliflower. And again, I steamed it on the stove and I cut it up so it's all ready to go. And then this is a combination of mayonnaise and yogurt. Now in the past I would have made this salad exclusively with Hellmann's mayonnaise, and I have totally changed my approach. And now I'm making that salad with a tablespoon of Fage non-fat Greek yogurt. This is a dairy yogurt. And then 1 tablespoon of Chosen avocado mayonnaise. And I think I've talked about this mayonnaise before. Chosen has a variety of different styles of their mayonnaise. This one has egg in it, so it is a little more like mayonnaise than the vegan version, but the vegan version actually has sugar in it and this one doesn't. So I'm staying away from sugar and I'm opting to go non-vegan over vegan to avoid sugar. Now, this does not taste like a Hellmann's mayonnaise, and I don't want to say it tastes like a Miracle Whip, but it is more like Miracle Whip than it is regular mayonnaise. Although it's got a tang, but it's not the same kind of tang in the Miracle Whip. I don't really know how to describe it. You just have to taste it to see if it's to your liking. So anyway, what I've done is I've got a tablespoon of each here and I've just whipped it together. And then again, this is the homemade pesto that I make. And we're gonna start with a whopping spoonful of this. And we're just gonna mix it together and see how that looks. We may need to add a little bit more pesto, but we're gonna play it by ear here once we get this mixed together. And makes it a little bit lighter of a color than just the pesto straight, of course. So I think I'm gonna go 1 more heaping spoonful of the pesto. And then that's gonna do it for sure. Okay, so we got a tablespoon each of the Fage yogurt and the Chosen mayonnaise. And then we've got a couple of whopping teaspoons of, again, you can use a store-bought pesto. I prefer to use a homemade pesto because I know exactly what's in it. The store-bought pestos, you just have to be careful that there's no added sugar, and you want to look at the oils that they're using in those homemade or in the store-bought pestos, because you want to make sure it's only an extra virgin olive oil. If it's a canola oil or a palm oil or even a sunflower oil, you know, any other oil than an extra virgin olive oil, I would stay clear of that. Okay, so we've got that put together. Okay, and then this is just frozen peas and carrots, and I get mine at Sprouts. This is an organic version. And I like the carrots this way. A lot of times when you buy peas and carrots, the carrots are just cubed. What I like about this is that these are julienne, so it gives you like a different shape. And I like kind of different textures and different shapes in my meals. So now, ideally they would be completely thawed. These are still a little bit frozen, but we're gonna go with it. This is just 1 cup, and it's just proportionate with what I'm doing with the small cauliflower here. Okay, so let's mix that together. And then also I've got 1 can of organic sliced olives, and I just buy those at Natural Grocers, and we're just gonna mix that in. And then we're going to add our pesto, mayo, and yogurt combo. And we're just gonna sprinkle that in. And then let's just mix that up a little bit. So I'm carefully stirring this because we don't wanna totally destroy the cauliflower, but we do wanna get everything nicely combined together. So I'm carefully mixing it. And that's looking pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest of this, and it'll give it a nice creamy sort of dressing, really. And that's it, that's the salad. So let's put a little in the bowl and let's have a taste. Now you could add salt and pepper to this. I know what's in my pesto, it has a little bit of salt in it, so I don't think it needs salt because the olives are also a little bit salty. But certainly, if you like to add salt and pepper, now would be the time to do that. Trying to get a little bit of everything in that bite. It's actually really good. It's different than the pasta, for sure. But you know what? It's a great combination. I love the olives in it. The carrots give it a little bit of sweetness. The pesto has garlic in it. So it's got garlic, a little bit of olive oil. It's got a bit of a nutty flavor from the pine nuts and the walnuts. It's really, really tasty. Bon appetit, everyone. I hope you'll try this quick and easy salad.